B-Bad and Brandon.
Beautiful.
How are you, brother?
Chilling. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Obviously, from our names, you can see that's Johnny and I'm Brandon.
Hi
Lovely
there.
to meet you, dude.
Good to meet you guys. How's the audio? Are we on the right mic? It sounds decent.
Yeah, man, it's perfect. You
Cool.
are coming. It's good. You got a professional setup there. It's always easier to run and get some good quality audio and camera when people got like an external camera running.
Yeah. I Twitch stream, so like all this stuff's super good. I'm on like a DSLR and stuff, but
Nice.
I don't know shit about technology, so if it goes wrong, we're fucked.
It's all right, bro. You're talking to us too.
You lost us at Twitch.
Yeah, man. I'm an old guy on a new platform, you know.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Oh, so you're young, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm spot in the middle of it all,
Yeah.
right on the edge.
Love it.
Middle's
man.
probably the worst bit because you didn't get it, but you certainly don't have it as well. Like you kind of missed everything, but you're still really close to it. Someone older like me, I just missed everything.
Yeah, I kind of wish I missed it all. Yeah, I'm stuck in it, but I'm like, I'm the old guy on the platform, you know.
Yeah. I had the best one the other day, Brando. Your client Lily messaged me and said, "Oh, you should reshare your first ever squat video."
Yeah.
When I took my first ever squat video, there wasn't camera phones, so there was no first ever squat video.
Yeah,
I got a grainy potato photo.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I do either. I mean, there might have been pictures. It's probably like 2005. So there's probably pictures or real shit video, but definitely not 4K stuff like now.
Yeah.
I even feel old. I think I feel, and I claim this. I could be incorrect, and everyone could tell me I'm wrong, but I swear to God, I put the first deadlift video ever on Instagram.
Get out of it.
I remember going in for a deadlift session on a Tuesday and looking on my phone and said, wow, Instagram now has video. I got an update at like 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock I was deadlifting. And so I posted it right away. And that's probably like 2012, which doesn't seem that long ago, but now we're talking almost a decade ago.
Jeez, man, you would probably be one of the first. I remember I finished high school in 2010.
Yeah.
Instagram, I don't even think was a thing, or not, at least not on my radar. I remember getting.
No, I think it was literally invented in 2010. So yeah, it was like no one's using it.
That's insane. Well, this is a platform first for us, having the first person ever to post a deadlift.
I hate to like say it because what if I'm wrong? But I know it was. I'm in the circle, you know.
Yeah.
Claim it,
well,
bro.
if you're claiming it, we're putting it out to the world. You were first.
Fuck it, dude. Put it on my grave.
It's a platform podcast exclusive, 100%.
Is that
new story?
Is that a picture? What's that picture in the background? Is that?
Oh, I got a bunch of random shit. You see my like Goodwill bag. I don't know if you guys have Goodwill down there, but like a thrift store. That's that's my old clothes. And then that's Muhammad Ali.
I thought so, man. I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
I just started reading his biography, so I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I know who that is.
Yeah, his biography. I don't know if I've read that one. Like I've read like so many history books on him. I don't even like boxing, but I've been a Muhammad Ali fan forever.
I never really got into boxing. Like even now, I'm just starting to get into UFC. But Muhammad Ali was a fucking icon, man.
Yeah.
He is the OG king of trash talk.
I could watch his clips all day, every day. He's
100%.
So charming, so entertaining.
But we are.
I love it, bro. Mate, we should be a little bit official, I guess. Brandon, what do you think?
We float between official and professional, but we are going to welcome Mr.
Definitely not professional.
We're going to welcome Mr. Silent Mike to the Platform Podcast. Welcome, sir.
Appreciate it. Good to be here. Thanks for having me, boys.
No, man, thank you for coming on.
Who had the little one? Was it you, Brandon?
Oh, I did too.
Johnny.
That was me.
Oh, congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
We're sleep deprived.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, a bit of breakup there.
Not a lot of sleep last night.
Hey, Johnny, you just had a bit of
It's just strange. Why don't they sleep when you want them to? It's weird.
Yeah, they won't even listen. Yeah, he's a little laggy on my end too.
Yeah, your audio's a bit off, man. Try switching to your phone internet.
I was on phone internet. We're going Wi-Fi now.
Oh, okay. That's probably why.
There we go. How's that? Any better?
That's way better.
There we go. We're back. We're back.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of my buddies have little ones, and yeah, it sounds like no sleep for a long time, my man. Sounds like no sleep for a long time.
I'm ready to go. I just feel for my poor partner. Like, I mean, I don't have boobs, so I can't feed her. So that hour 3 times a night, she's got to
Yeah.
sit there and be awake and just ride that storm pretty much.
Yeah, there's certain things you just got to be hands off in, I guess.
Yeah. Mr. Mike, mate, we like to be, the only official question we have for this thing is 21 sounds. We ask you the question, 21 sounds, who you are and what you do. We ask the word sounds because if you cop, birth, fart, squeak, squeal, we will count those as sounds as well. Are you ready?
Oh. So I'm only allowed to do 21 sounds this whole time.
Just for this first question, yes.
Oh.
And we want to know who you are and what you do.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, do I got to count?
I'll
No.
try and count.
Brando,
Is each word a sound? That's what
Yeah.
we're talking about here. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Including coughing.
Okay. Ready? Yeah, this is good.
And go.
My name's Mike Farr. I'm a son. I'm a business owner. I'm a lifter. My past is in strength and conditioning, basketball in particular.
You got 2 words left, bro.
YouTube podcast.
Boom. That's perfect.
Oh,
That was actually, like, I'm not going to lie. We have had some horrors on that when we ask people that, like, the anxiety they get is insane. I loved your little pump up. You got all the sounds out beforehand and then just executed well. Man.
Yeah, I don't think I hit any ums. I was just worried about ums, or sometimes
Yeah.
I stutter when I'm thinking because I try to talk fast,
Yeah,
but I don't really
right.
cough or anything.
That was good, man. I'm
Appreciate
fucking,
it.
that's a
strong
lot.
21.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for the Beyond Platform awards ceremony and see how many titles I'm coming up with.
Yeah.
fucking-
End of the year, we'll do it. Well, there's an official ceremony. You'll get the invite.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm bringing
Nah,
my tuxedo.
Yo, beauty. Mate, basketball strength and conditioning. Is that how it all started for you in this world of strength for you, bro?
Yeah. Basically, I played basketball myself basically my whole life. It's all I knew. It's all I loved. I was a little naive probably, but, you ask a fifth grader what they want to be for a living, and then you ask an eighth grader, and then, a 15-year-old. And I never once thought anything that I'm playing professional basketball. So it kind of let me down in some senses because college and stuff was very confusing. School was confusing. But once I dropped out of college, I just continued to play in some like semi-pro leagues and stuff like that. And then I began coaching both in the fitness realm and in the basketball realm.
Yep.
And then as we talked about, I don't know if you guys were recording or not, but in around 2011, 2012, I found Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and the rest of my life's just kind of been on the internet.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, because have you been at the forefront? You've been always out there, always posting, always doing something with social media from the early days. Did you see it to be a thing just then, or was it just something you're doing to record your own stuff?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't really know. Because when I started, it wasn't like a career for people for sure. Like you weren't. Now there's like a term. People say like, "Oh, he's got YouTube money." Like that's a term. That wasn't a thing. So like, I think I hated college so much. Basketball was done. I'm 22, 23. I could have played overseas or something, but I was just over it. I didn't like, I don't know, just frustrations. I do remember sitting down one time. I was at my dad's family's place in Cleveland, Ohio, and I was just sitting in the living room kind of by myself at a family event, just kind of staring off into space. And I was like, I have to turn this into a career as I'm like staring at my phone. And since then, I've tried to take it a little bit more serious, not knowing where it would lead or what it could do. Because it was probably 2011 or so. And I don't think anyone had a career. Even now, like there's obviously people that make a ton of money, but it's not like a regular career. There's way more nurses with a normal job and normal career than there are YouTubers making full-time livings.
Yeah.
It's insane the capabilities we have now at our disposal. It's like you can make a buck doing anything, selling anything on the internet. It's as much as it's like, we have that, I guess the argument that it's designed to bring us closer together, but now we're further apart. Like at the end of the day, we have so many more opportunities because of this thing. Like we're having this chat right now via that, like saying that we've connected via that platform.
Yeah, it is wild. Like it's illegal, but like you could get enough information to probably become a good surgeon on the internet by yourself in a closet. You know, like you probably could. Like there's enough shit on the internet to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like what's a teacher at a school going to teach you that's not on the internet?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's good because it's like that notion of, you know, as everything rises, everything has to evolve and change with it. Like we've had to develop new ways, pretty much as you said, like to keep kids in school.
Yeah.
They're going to be teaching us something outside of the box. Like, why can't we just teach them ourselves now? But the advancements have just driven technology advancements everywhere, man. It's insane.
Really is. Imagine this last year, like 2020. I know Australia wasn't as rough as out here, but I know you had your spurts with no internet and social media. Like people are already talking about the mental health effects, and like shootings around the world are up and all that, you know, people are going nuts. Literally everyone's getting divorced because they're stuck in a house for a year together. But like with no internet, the world would explode.
100%.
It'd be so bad.
I was like, I wrote a letter the other day and someone looked at me like, what the fuck? Letter?
I don't think I've ever written a letter in my life. Maybe when I was a kid.
Yeah. But like, that's just how far we've come.
Yeah. That's wild.
Oh, man.
But like magazines. When I was a kid, a magazine was a thing. Like even high school, I'd go on like trips with my dad. He'd buy me a magazine going on the fuck are you going to buy a magazine for now? You got an iPad.
Man, I remember, like, I don't know about you boys, but I remember going to the news agent and like it was the exciting time of the month when the new like Iron Man magazine came out, or the new Flex mag, and you're like, fuck, Ronnie Coleman's doing 40 sets of lat pull down. I'm gonna go do 40 sets of lat pull down.
100%.
100%. I loved it when they like the magazines that got like pushed through and then allowed to sell, and they have like the steroid ads, and you're like, I'm gonna try and get this. And you're like, oh, fuck.
It says I'm gonna get big.
Yeah, the 1-800.
Yeah, for some syringes.
Good time.
Great idea. Yeah, great idea.
So are you still just coaching basketball, man? Because I know obviously with the YouTube channel and everything like that, like you all seem very busy, and that's, I guess, a very basic term to put it. But like, how do you spread your time out, man?
So I stopped coaching basketball probably when I was like 24, 25. So 7-8 years ago. I absolutely loved it. And honestly, looking back, it might've been the most fulfilling job I've ever done. I coached varsity basketball, which is like high school. And it was so fun. So rewarding to hang out with the kids, grow, learn, whatever. But you know, the pay just isn't there unless you want to move up the ranks. And because honestly, college felt like torture, and I was a good student. I keep saying that, like I had a 3.8 GPA. I don't know if you guys have the same grading system as us, but like I had a good GPA, got into a bunch of colleges, but it just felt like torture. It wasn't meshing with me. And obviously to coach or teach at a higher level, most people want a degree, and I hated it that bad that I didn't want to do that. So it's just not a career choice. From there, I kind of went more private sector and did the strength and conditioning thing. Currently my time is coaching online. I have a company called Kizen that I do a bunch of like programming and stuff for. And then I just opened a gym during COVID and dropped an apparel line. So yeah, opening a gym in 2020, starting another business in 2020, and then a little bit of content still here and there. But that's the majority of my days.
Bro,
what was opening that gym like, bro?
That was my
in the middle of COVID.
Yeah, I reckon it to this documentary I saw about a free climber that rock climbs with no harness. And they analyzed this kid's brain, and they said like, yeah, man, you don't have like the triggers for death and fear. Like it takes extreme stimulus to get this guy's whatever part of his brain to feel like he's going to die. And sometimes I think I have that with like business risk. I'm just like, fuck it, you know? And so like, luckily I have a business partner, Jim McDonald, who's an OG in content creation in the powerlifting world. Arguably, talk about the first to ever do it. Like he definitely was the first to do like cinematic, not only cinematic, but educational, good looking, high quality powerlifting videos on the internet. Hands down, the first guy to ever do it. And he's a lot more rational and smart than me. So like, it's okay that I push the limits a little bit on it. But it was good, like we're alive. We've been open 8 months now, and
Yep.
we got a little community growing, and yeah, it was cool because we had a lot of building renovations to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you did a
And
lot of that yourself, didn't you?
we did every single bit. Again, my business partner is super handy. I'm really handy, but he like knows what he's doing. So like I can do like hammers and saws, and if you say go do this, I could do it, but he can like figure out what the hell we have to do. And so we spent 6 months in the core of COVID just doing that, which was awesome
Cool.
in hindsight, because otherwise I would have just been at home kind of stuck.
Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of a blessing in disguise in that way.
Man, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Like, that's an awesome. As much as that, no, you can't see the risk so much in everything.
Yeah.
It's also a really good quality to have, because the barriers to entry for most people starting business is, oh, well, is it going to fail? And then you chose to open a business during quite possibly some people would describe as the worst possible time to.
Yeah.
And
yeah. When you put it that way. Yeah.
yeah, like, and you capitalize at a time where nobody, like everyone felt stuck, and you're like, well, no, I could be stuck, or I could go do this.
Yeah. A little bit in my head too is I think I'm a little bit of a dreamer. And so you hear stories about like 2007 recessions here in America, and how all these people like, no, that's everyone's broke and no one can pay their mortgage. And I started a tech company, and look at me. Now I'm in outer space. Like I was like, that could, like on a small scale, that could be me. Like shit's hitting the fan. Why can't I try to do something cool out of this?
It's literally like, but like even the best, I've been going down this rabbit hole recently of like just looking at different people like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Muhammad Ali, like those types of people, just the top of the top. And Warren Buffett, don't quote me on the number, but he keeps like $2 billion in cash just in case he can snap up something in like someone else's loss, which is unfortunate, is his opportunity.
Yeah. I wish guys like that, I think they'd admit it if you talk to them. And there's some cool guys like Gary Vaynerchuk and stuff that talk about how much they failed, but they could probably write a whole book about every time they fucked up. Like, man, made a terrible decision here, lost 1 billion here. Like they probably have so many stories, but they're not known for that. But yeah, I mean, it's the same with lifting, right? Like you're never going to hit a PR unless you get a little timid. You get a little something on there you've never done before. So like, hopefully you make more than you miss, but we're going to fail either way. You're going to fail either way. Am I going to fail being soft and stuck in my house, or am I going to fail hard? I'd rather fail big.
It comes back to like that Michael Jordan quote. Like I failed because I've missed so many shots. Like I'm great because I missed so many shots. Like that's the old adage is you're not going to win unless you fail sometimes. Yeah,
it sucks because some of those things end up being like t-shirts and you don't like feel them. But once you like let that kind of sink, you're like, bro, you apply that to your life a little bit. Yeah, some cool things can happen.
And you did a t-shirt brand, clothing brand, you said yourself at the same time. Tell us a bit about that, bro. Is that something you've always been into?
Yeah, kind of forever. Growing up playing basketball, I think the culture just kind of revolves around sneakers and streetwear and hip hop. And that's kind of just what I grew up loving and doing. And I'm a little bit of like a hipster, I kind of like to say like, yeah, did that before you. Or like, oh, this band's on the radio now, I don't listen to them. I kind of have some of that in me for some reason. And so like, there's like clothing brands out now that I see like everyone on Instagram wearing, and I'm going through my Facebook in 2007 and I'm wearing them, like, I don't know why. It's definitely an ego thing, but I feel that like as a badge of honor, like I used to be cool at one point. So yeah, as we're opening the gym, I just thought it was a perfect platform and time to really dig into making gym clothes that I think work. And so there's like workout clothes, but really, are there workout clothes, or do people take a t-shirt and print their gym's name on it? Or do they make clothes kind of made for working out? Like, so we just try to make a little bit higher quality stuff. Sometimes it costs me more. Sometimes I make less money. Sometimes it costs obviously the consumer a little bit more. But custom small batch items that hopefully look good outside the gym, but are super functional.
That's the best thing, man. If someone's willing to wear your brand, not just what it's intended to, but as like a fashion statement, you've got a good line of clothing, but also a good culture, because they then want to walk around and they're like wearing it as a badge of honor. They're like, yeah, I'm part of this culture.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's hard, and I've read books on it, and that's all this is, right? Podcasting, YouTube, building a gym, building a family, building a team, like is how do you build a culture around it? And how do you get people to kind of buy into what you believe in?
100%.
Yeah, and it's definitely not easy, but I just try to lead by example and hope, over the next 5,
Yep.
10, 20, 30 years, people can kind of see that's at least the real me, very least.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
So,
yeah.
so the shirts you design, do you come up with all the designs yourselves there, bro?
Yeah. So we basically call it, Third Street Barbell is the name of the gym. We call it 3SB. But the slogan tagline or apparel company is called Good Company. Just based on the
That's
belief
cool.
that anything I'd want to do, I was even literally right before this podcast, I was with a friend and they're asking me like, what do you like to do? Or like hobbies. I was like, I don't really like have hobbies. I have like a small group of people that I'll go do whatever they want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really like to shoot guns. One of my best friends loves to shoot guns. He's like, hey, let's go. I'm like, okay. Now today I like to shoot guns because I'd rather just be with my boys.
Yeah.
Sick.
I like to golf. I'm never going golfing alone, and I'm never going to call a friend to golf. But if any of my close crew ask me to go golf, I'm down. I want to go golf.
Yep.
So Good companies, the fact that you want to do things. I'd rather do the shittiest things with the best people than the best things alone or with shitty people.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever heard. Like
I like that.
That is honestly, that is dope because, man, the amount of times people get overwhelmed with having to do something they don't want to do, and it's like, well, just appreciate the company you're with.
100%.
Man, that is a great way to look at things. If anyone's listening to this and takes away anything from today, just do that, and you'll have a much better quality.
Yeah, I don't know how dark you want to get or not, but that basically it became like kind of a moral code of mine. When I was 18, my best friend passed away.
Oh,
and you don't know how to like cope. Even when you're an adult, you don't know how to cope. But at 18, we're just graduating high school, and he literally passed away that summer. And on my own, I just kind of started to think like, all right, well, like, how do I justify this in my head? And some people go to religion or faith or friends or karma or whatever thing they come up. And I was like, I don't know how to do any of this, but if I can take one piece of my friend, his name was Jared. If I could take one piece of Jared and add him to my life, then maybe whatever this is, spirit, whatever, soul, legacy, whatever, we'll live on a little bit longer. I can like tell his story by how I act. And one thing he always did is he always made shit fun. We go to his house on the weekend. His dad's making us do a bunch of chores. I'm like, why the hell? Any other kid would be like, why am I doing some other dad's chores?
Yeah.
But like, Jared's making this fun. We're fucking picking up dog shit and like trimming trees and mowing lawns or washing cars. And for some reason, I'm having the time of my fucking life. And so, I that's kind of like the backbone of it. But long answer, I design it all. So I have my homie, Mumby, who does the actual graphic design. But a lot of the thoughts all I went to art school for 12 years, can't draw worth shit. And I'll draw
there we go.
Yeah, I know, it's so bad. And so I'll draw him something on a napkin and text him a picture. I say, hey, make that like look dope. It's supposed to look like this. And then I'll give him like directions. And then more of like the sourcing and the clothing and like measurements and all the custom stuff. Yeah, I do all myself.
Man, that's dope.
Sweet. And shipping to Australia, I hope, with Third Street Barbell merch there.
Yeah, so sadly we can't really choose our pricing that well. We're not big enough to finagle some of that, but we do ship worldwide. But yeah, it just starts to add up for you boys, sadly.
Yep. Damn gets on that fucking boat and they got to paddle it over here. Those paddlers cost money, don't they?
Like, are your Nike shoes? Nike's got to be big enough. It's cheap enough, but like,
mate, I'll give you a reference that you'll like. You'll understand. A Texas deadlift barbell. What does it cost you in American money? What do you got to pay to buy one?
I don't. So what's it cost? $3.99, I think, for the bar, and then maybe 100 shipping. Maybe 100.
And sometimes they'll do free shipping, right?
Yeah.
So to get it here in Australia will cost anywhere up to 1,500 Australian dollars.
Oh,
was like, I know.
Yeah, bro. That's fucked.
$3.99 US. Like that's still obviously more in our currency, but holy fuck! Like, Johnny just said $1,500. I was very lucky. Like, I picked up a Texas bar off a friend who got it for free from the States because like they sponsored a big lifter. Paid $700, so I was like on the money, happy. But that is.
What else is there? Like, because there's Rogue, but that's probably the same.
Rogue,
Well, Rogue you can get in Australia a bit cheaper, but I mean, personal opinion, there's Texas deadlift barbells, and then that's it.
Yeah, I like Texas as well, honestly. Yeah, or racks. Do you guys have a local rack company you could get something?
We have a local manufacturer that does like monoliths and stuff like that. But even then, like we're probably, I've seen a couple of prices of monoliths over there. Like we're probably still a bit dearer. I don't know why. And then racks wise, Australian Barbell Company, we have that, but a good rack, like you're still probably gonna go look at Rogue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
They might have some kind of or not manufacturing, but at least shipping there. But still, yeah, they got to get it there somehow.
Man,
Dude, that sucks.
Even if like,
Yeah.
if I get some of my online clients, they want to buy a shirt off the website or something, they purchase it, and then it's like $40 shipping, and you're like,
yeah,
dude, it's not even worth it.
I feel bad. I really do. Like, I wish I sold 10,000 shirts a month, because then I can go to UPS and we can finagle or FedEx or whatever, and you can start to make deals. But I just don't move enough units, because we got a bunch of people that are trying to buy stuff in Australia and the UK, and shout out to the ones that do, man. It means the world, because I know when I'm buying something and the shipping's literally the same cost as the item, I'm out. Like, I'm like, no chance, So like, when you pull through on that, it does mean a lot, but it sucks.
Man, I think that's a credit to you and your brand. And like, obviously what we've been talking now for maybe just 27 minutes roughly. And like, you can tell you're a passionate guy who wants just to help people and just do cool shit. And that's what people buy into, man. So I think it's a credit to you and what you've created, that they would love to rep a good company shirt. I'm here sitting going, I need to buy a shirt.
Appreciate that,
we need
man.
shirts. And mate, and part of all this, you still got plenty of time to train. A little bit of time of lifting in there. I've seen of late on the gram there.
Yeah. Like,
motivation
seems to kind of come and go real quick with me. I don't know if that's an age thing or what. Like I was slamming bars for about 5 months, and I'm like, damn, bro, I feel the best I ever had. And I was really starting to chase numbers. And then, I got 2 or 3 months after that, I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't want to deadlift today. And so I'd hop on some like hypertrophy-ish stuff. But yeah, I definitely get 4 to 5 days under the barbell and some kind of moving in, but at least 45 minutes to an hour. I've been bicycling a lot. It's really hot out here, and we got a lot of cool paths. So like, I'll get an hour of lifting in the morning and half an hour riding at night, just to try to be semi-healthy.
Fitness.
Yeah. I'm a hybrid athlete.
Damn.
Yeah.
A hybrid athlete. Now we're talking.
Going to triathlons and shit. I don't know. I think I've said this multiple times, but like, for me, the barbell is just like, taking a shit or taking a shower. It's just kind of part of what I do. I don't necessarily get stoked for it much, and haven't for a long time, but I wake up, I work, I drink coffee, I deadlift a little bit, and I'll probably do that the rest of my life, regardless of goals or, that's the number one question. Yeah. Are you going to compete, or what's your PRs? Or I'm like, I don't know, man. I like to deadlift. I kind of do it.
Do you get a bit? I imagine that's a question you'd probably get often, wouldn't it? Because you're in the strength world. Do people always try and hit you up and say, "When's your next comp, bro?"
Yeah, that's probably the number one question.
Yeah, right.
When are you competing next? And I've done like, I've never once ever, even in the beginning, I've never said like, man, I love to compete and I'm going to be the best ever. Like, I don't like to compete. I like lifting weights. I like chilling with the boys. I like talking shop. I like talking lifting. But yeah, it's never, and I get it. Some people love it, and people love being on the platform, and they love the prep, and they love the community, and hey man, power to you. It's just not my cup of tea to wear a singlet and pull in front of 3 judges. I don't give a shit about my mediocre lifts.
How dare they fucking judge you?
Yeah.
What do you mean that squat was high?
Yeah, if I was really fucking strong, maybe I'd be stoked on it. But I'm just a dude.
I get that.
Would you ever have a little powerlifting local community event in your own gym that you've got there, bro? For sure.
We have a bunch of members that compete, and old training partners of mine that now are members at the gym, and so we don't know exactly how to go about it or what, because it's it seems like you guys have been in the game a while. It's just always so political, and who's friends with who and what federation and what. So I don't know where we're going or what we're going to do, but we'll definitely do probably 1 sanctioned meet a year. And then 1 or 2 kind of non-sanctioned, wear some basketball shorts and deadlift your face off to some loud music events a year.
Now we're talking.
Because I think that's good. I think it's good to put yourself on the line. I just try to do it in other ways. I don't need to compete to like push myself in a way,
Yeah.
That sounds like a comp I'd get around.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know if you guys know Caffeine Kilos. Yeah, so they're really good friends. They're local too, and they do a big event every year that's like it might be a sanctioned weightlifting meet, but then they have a deadlift only competition. It's so fun. You get some big lifters that are there to kind of show out, and then you get some people that have never competed before, just trying to get their feet wet in competition. No real rules. maybe a small cash prize, but you can kind of wear whatever you want. Like,
Man,
I think that's kind of the coolest part of strongman and powerlifting is like the old school roots of it. And we've, as the sport's grown, you got to get more rules and you got to get more regulations because you want to know who the champ is. I understand that process, but there is something cool about the grassroots of, hey, who's stronger, me or you? Let's go.
Right. It is the ultimate. And I will promote because I know Johnny won't, but he runs a deadlift, a sanctioned deadlift only comp at the end of the year. And it is the fucking best comp of the year.
That's cool.
Man, I rocked up last year to it just to fucking handle some clients. And then because I was there, I was like, I need to fucking do this.
Yeah.
So I just borrowed a soft suit and lifted with some of the best in the business. It's the best. And like talking about grassroots, it's the easiest one to enter. You don't have to think. There's no anxiety around squats. You're there with all your best mates. And credit to Johnny, there's a fucking pub open on the side, and then there's loud music, and you're just getting hammered.
Yeah.
I think you'd like this one, Mike. We had a live DJ, and then at the end of the event, we had a medieval MMA battle royale.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Fight night.
Yeah.
I've seen shit like that on YouTube. That's like a thing, huh?
No, it's real,
like a
bro.
real thing.
That's real, bro. We had one of the guys on the podcast earlier on. They're not fucking around either. They're there to hurt each other.
Yeah, they do like international battles, right? They'll go like England versus Scotland, and they're all just knights, and there's like 10 on 10, yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, they'll do 100 on 100.
What is that? And they're literally, how do you win? You literally knock someone to the ground that they can't stand up.
Yeah.
Yep. So when all 100 are on the ground, you win.
It's
Swords are blunt, so at least there's no blood.
Yeah.
There's
And some loose rules.
Look, man, I wouldn't say blunt because one of my clients
it's a fucking sword.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna get hurt. But the arm is
amazing.
like one of my clients is doing it, and he spent 10 grand on armor.
Yeah, I mean, who the fuck's making armor? That's rare. That's gonna be expensive as shit.
Yeah, man, you got to get it from like I think he said Germany or some, of course, has a country like that. But like,
I don't know why I love shit like that. That's so amazing to me. Yeah, I love
You're not buying the cheap armor either.
Oh, fuck
no, yeah, you're gonna get fucking die. You're gonna have a blade in the side of your head. I'm going with the most expensive armor on the planet. I'm gonna be hunting for elves to make sure they can make my shit.
Some sort of medieval enchantment put on top of it.
100. Yeah, I'm searching for Gandalf to come fucking save me.
Yeah, it's insane what you can do now.
Yeah,
it's weird though, like how we've kind of gone full circle away from medieval times. Obviously, then everything's, and now we're back there. Like people want to get back into that.
I think so. I'm a UFC fan. I think you were talking about how you're into the UFC, and like even that, like that feels primal because dudes are gonna get fucked up. But like you see 100 people with swords and axes, like that's some different vibes.
That's something to watch.
You have the Arnold Sports Festivals obviously over there, and man, like at our Arnold over here, I don't know if it is the same over there, but they've got medievals fighting at the Arnold's Festival now.
I should go look. The one thing about the Arnold here is it's at kind of like midwinter in Ohio, and so it's super snowy. They don't always do stuff outside. I've walked through the halls and I've seen some weird stuff. You know, they got like stripper pole competitions and like yo-yo competitions and like jump rope and shit, which is cool. But I don't know if I've seen like the 50 on 50. Maybe fencing. You know, I would love to just have like a chalice of beer. I don't even drink, and just sit in a crowd and just watch that. I'll watch it all night.
Yeah, it sounds dope.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I think the favorite thing I've seen at an Arnold's is the cup racing.
Oh,
you've always seen that?
Yeah.
You know, the cup stacking?
Oh, I've seen it on YouTube. I don't think I've seen it in person.
Mate, if you get an opportunity, mate, it will steal an hour of your life because you'll just be dazzled with these little humans speed cup stacking. It is something to be behold.
It is crazy how many people are so talented at some random shit. And I was born talentless. Like these guys are fucking nuts. Like those kids should be boxers. Like how fast are their hands? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
I think
their hand.
The cup stacking and the Rubik's Cube racing. That's insane.
Like,
fucking mind-blowing.
I love how the Arnold turned into that. Like it's like the weekend for like odd sports, which is super cool because they got to compete somewhere, right? But like, I wonder if there's money. The sad truth is a lot of those sports are probably more organized and financially responsible than powerlifting. Probably. You know?
Amen.
I remember, I
hilarious.
don't know if you guys know, I think it was Chad Wesley Smith was going off about it last Olympics, that like, because everyone's like, man, powerlifting's exploded in 2015. Like, we've gone from this number of members to this number or whatever. And our big federation is the USAPL, which is our IPF branch. And they're like, I'm making these numbers up, but they're like, there's 15,000 members in the USAPL now. And then he threw up a chart of the Winter Olympic sport curling, not curling a barbell, but when you roll the rock and you sweep in front of it. They have 30,000 members in America.
What?
So they have like double the amount of powerlifters, and we thought we were like exploding into some pop culture.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So like the Rubik's Cube community could be 100,000 for all we know.
Yeah. I'm gonna I know after this, I'm gonna jump down a rabbit hole and just search your Rubik's Cube federations where I sign up and fucking.
Or the medieval fighters, like they probably have a bigger Facebook group than powerlifting, probably.
Oh no, particularly in Europe. Can you imagine what's going down over there?
Yeah, it probably never stopped. You know, it literally is probably 1,000-year-old tradition to fucking meet at the top of the moon or the whole moon and just throw down.
Man, I actually I just want to go meet the guys who are making these swords. Like my client bought his sword in, and I was like, this thing is a work of art.
Yeah.
I know nothing about weapons, but I can appreciate someone's passion for something. It's why I can sit down and just watch two champion chess players go at it. It's like,
talk about Twitch. We were talking about Twitch before. Chess got really big on Twitch for some reason. People were playing like competitive chess. It's a little slow for me, but I get it. Like their brains are moving so fast and calculating like 20 steps ahead.
And then everyone's sitting back, subscribing to watch, etc.
Yeah, just making them rich.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like you're talking about before, hey, like you're talented. You watch somebody like that, even with some of my clients, you know, they're squatting big numbers. I'm like, fuck, I am so shit compared to these guys.
Yeah. How many hours would I have to play chess to even be mediocre?
Yeah.
I have no chance.
My 1 hour in chess club in grade 5 ain't gonna cut it.
Nothing, dude. Yeah, nothing. I have no hope. Yeah, I have no hope to go to the Olympics. I have no hope to compete at the Arnold. I got nothing. I'm just talking to a microphone.
We'll just have to create our own obscure, strange sport that no one's thought about yet.
Dude, I think that's what started some of this stuff to be popular. I think there's a Netflix mini series on like the weirdest sports. I think that's where I first saw that medieval shit. And then there's some other like just random sports, you know, that are kind of low key that they started discovering, which is cool.
Yep.
I mean, expose you to something. Yeah, there's got to be something I'm good at.
Yeah. We just haven't found the right thing for you, bro.
Yeah. I'm in the wrong country. That's all.
Yeah, Matt. Well, I could like to see you in a suit of armor and a sword, perhaps. I think maybe that could be your lane.
What's the build for that? Like, I imagine just the biggest, baddest dudes.
Nah, man,
are they all
it's
big?
everything. Like, it's literally,
there's one of everything.
Yeah, you wouldn't like, and it's very tactical. Like, there's a smaller dude who runs around and like chops at people's legs, so then the big dude can just push them over. Like, it becomes very tactical. I'm like, this is fucking genius. Like, this is
I could maybe lose some weight and I'll get my speed back and I'll chop some ankles. Give me a little dagger or something.
It kind of looks like football sort of players. You got little guys do the little guy things. You got big guys that do the big guy things.
Makes sense.
I just think it'd be fun to run around and hit people with a sword.
The idea sounds so good, but once I take the first sword to my head, I just know I'm regretting this decision. You know, like what the fuck am I thinking? What am I doing out here?
We had one of the dudes on the podcast, and he brought his like helmet in, put it on a random dude in the gym when we were filming, and just hit him. And the dude's like, I didn't feel it. Like the noise was loud, but I didn't feel it.
Interesting. That's so crazy. Yeah, like what do you I think I saw that on that Netflix doc, and this is me being highly judgmental. Sorry to all the listeners, but everyone's just fucking like angry looking. It looks like they're all just walked out of a heavy metal concert and they're tatted head to toe. Like they're just looking for fucking trouble. I'm just not that angry anymore. You know, like my life's okay. I like to be nice. I like to crack a joke. Like maybe like 18-year-old Mike could do some sword fighting. I need to be a little more angsty.
Not puberty, Mike going through angry, locked in his room, listening to heavy metal.
100%. Yeah, Limp Bizkit turned full of Max. And then I'd chop somebody up.
I always think it's really important those kind of sports exist, because imagine what those people would do if they didn't.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, even little things, right? Like, rugby's people say is violent. It's not that violent. American football, I think it's healthy-ish for people to get some. Even powerlifting, I don't subscribe to the idea of like powerlifting's my therapy, because if you really need therapy, I'm big on mental health. I think you should go get therapy. Like, therapy is a real thing. But if you just have a little bit of angst in you and you need to pull on a heavy piece of metal, yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, 100%,
You
bro.
make a really good point, and it's like if you say the words, "The iron is my therapy,"
Yeah,
you should probably see an actual therapist.
100%. Yeah,
Like there is
100.
some
I've been saying it for
underlying
years.
issue there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, I didn't go to the gym today. I'm so angry. Like, that's a bad sign, dude. You shouldn't just be angry because you couldn't just touch a barbell. Like, that's not normal.
Yeah. Please seek professional help.
Yeah.
Yeah, barbells are meant to be fun.
Right. And it's okay to let a little emotion out and listen to some music. And yeah, I've been there. I get that. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, you shouldn't be fucking in there to torture yourself.
Hell no, bro. Now, Mr. Mike, mate, what we like to do towards the end of these things is we ask you 10 questions.
Cool.
Now, these 10 questions are quick.
Yeah.
They are incredibly random. Some are deep, some are not. Are you ready to answer these 10?
Yeah, these kind of quick fire, yeah?
Yeah, rapid fire.
Quick
Boom,
fire,
first thing
but
that
with a
comes to
long
mind.
story if you want to do it.
All right. Yeah, we'll see what pops up.
What would you rather throw away, love or money?
Oh, money. Money's out.
Yeah,
I'm a
money's
hopeless romantic,
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone has said the same thing. I'm secretly waiting to see who this weird, strange person who says money's more important.
Yeah, there's just no way, like no amount of yachts and Ferraris are going to make me feel good. But the right human might make me feel and add to my life for sure.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Mate, you're a Netflix guy?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
What are you watching? What do you got on there?
So not on Netflix, but I've been watching the new Loki.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, that's good gear.
Really good. I need to watch Bad Batch. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. That's the other posters over here, but I haven't even dug into it. I watch TV at night before I'm going to sleep. And so sometimes I don't like fully concentrate, I'm just zoning out for an hour. And I love Star Wars, so I kind of want to dig in. I'm trying to think of the last like real series. Oh, we just started watching Dave, the Little Dicky comedy.
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
So Little Dicky's a rapper. It's a little sitcom, like loosely based on his life. But those are kind of the two main rotations.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 follow-up questions from that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the latest episode of Loki?
What day is it?
It's
Thursday. Did it just come out yesterday then?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'm 1 week behind.
Right. Okay, cool. Won't say anything. Second question. Have you seen The Boys on Amazon Prime?
Boys is really good.
Bro,
is really good. Yeah.
I was
watch The Boys.
devastated. I finished season 2 and I thought season 3 was already out. And I was like, fuck.
No, yeah, I think they're making a 3.
Yeah.
My favorite show ever, maybe not ever, but maybe ever, is Ozark. I absolutely love Ozark. And I heard
Really?
they might have canceled 3. They keep playing with your emotions. I don't know if it's budgets or what, but
Right.
yeah. I like to
Fuckers.
binge too. That's one thing with Loki. I might even stop watching it till it's all out. And then and I really do like the binge.
And just go hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mate, what is the strangest thing in your fridge right now?
Oh, that's good. Nothing. My fridge is so boring. So I bought my house like 3-4 years ago, and then I have 2 of my homies, the manager of my gym, and then an old training partner that live with me. And it's super clean house, and it's really like nice, and we keep it tidy. But there's like certain things you'll see, and you're like, yeah, this is definitely just like a bachelor pad. And so like you open the fridge, and there's like leftover pizza, diet soda, beer, and like an empty ketchup, and that's it. Like nothing
Pretty
else
standard.
going on. Yeah. So like I bet there's probably that. Nothing that interesting, sadly.
Damn.
I
What's
know.
when do you feel the most in control?
Oh, dang. That is deep. I would say in my life, playing basketball. I think joking about me being talentless, I do have a brain for sport, and I studied that game like I've never studied anything in my life. And so I would get into grooves where I literally felt like I was Neo in the Matrix, and I was controlling everybody on the court. I knew who was going to do what when. In otherwise, I would say probably never if you want to also get deep. I have like some anxiety stuff. You know, I've been diagnosed with some like anxiety disorders and shit like that. And it's probably from the deeper pull of feeling out of control, feeling, and not being able to really allow myself to feel, to ride that, where everyone, you know, therapists, everyone says, ride that out. No one's in control. You can't control things. Go with the flow, be in the now, all these cliche things. And that's something I struggle with big.
100%, man. I know we lost Johnny through that there a little bit, but oh man, like I'm the same, been diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and this is just that feeling of control. It's why like I can't touch recreational drugs.
Yeah.
I hate feeling out of control. Like even alcohol to a degree, like I'll have a couple, like I enjoy a good glass of scotch, maybe with a cigar if I'm feeling fancy, but like I cannot handle being out of control. And it's just that thing. It's like I have had to learn quite harshly too, just to let go of a few things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. And I think, you know, you can find some things, and I'm obviously not a doctor. I don't mean to diagnose anybody or anything, but you find your own routine. Some people might be able to handle alcohol. I'm kind of the same. It's not like I get out of control and I'm fucking headbutting people, but like I don't like the feeling of it. And then it makes me grumpy, and then I don't sleep well, and then I get even more anxious and even more grumpy. So I just don't do it that often.
It's a vicious cycle that you know, and you're like,
it really
if I know it, I'm going to avoid it.
100%. And that's just part of aging. You know, you just figure out your own flow and where your kind of your own limits are, and you just kind of start to rock with those a little bit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh yeah, bro. How do you rate your cooking?
Oh, that's good. Like, so 1 to 10. So my mom was a Spanish teacher her whole life, but now she's basically a foodie. She's a professional foodie. She tastes olive oil for a living. She's like one of very few like certified, judged, international olive oil folks on the planet. Wow. And so she can throw down, you know, she can really cook. If mom is like, you know, an 8 or 9 out of 10, considering a professional chef, which she's not, is, you know, a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I'm a 6 or 7.
Yeah, right.
I could cook you boys a steak and stuff, and you'd be like, oh, this guy can do it. You know, this isn't the best steak I've ever had at any restaurant, but this guy can do it.
Yes, sweet. I like that. So we'll do steaks when we come to visit your side of the planet, mate.
Anytime, man. That'd be sick. That was kind of the goal of opening the gym too, is not only powerlifting meets, but like run events that aren't around just getting hammered, you know, like play a little Mario Kart tournament while we cook up some steaks, some shit like that. So yeah, man, we'd love to have you out.
Hell yeah, mate. If you're going to write a song, what are you going to call it?
Ooh. I played music my whole life too, because I went to this weird art school, and I don't know why. I think like things that like contradict each other. Yeah, I think that's the word. Contradict each other are kind of funny. So so it'd be like I don't know, like dim meaning like dim as in like dull, sun, or like dry water, maybe dry water, some shit like that.
I like that, bro. Now, if you could ever change your name, what would you change it to?
Oh man, if we want to go deep again, I'll probably go Carmen. Carmen was my dad's name, and then also my grandpa's name. They had different middle names, so my dad was never the second, but I might as well make myself the second at this time. I'd go Carmen.
I like that, bro. Now this would be a good one. What do you think of social media?
Fuck, man. Short answer, for me at this point, it's like a necessary evil. It's brought so much good in my life, and so it's really hard to talk shit on it. And I've met 2 of my best friends through it, and obviously had a lot of opportunities come from it. But going back to a couple questions ago, being out of control and anxiety and comparisons and that whole game and a little bit of toxicity, I get too wrapped up in my own self being on it often. Not with my stuff, but everyone's kind of playing that game a little bit. And so it fucks with me a little bit, to be honest.
Now, this will be, I'm really interested in this one. What is your favorite t-shirt you own?
Dude, so I'm really big into like vintage clothes, and I have been for a couple years now. And I snagged this tie-dye Yoda Star Wars shirt probably about 5 years ago. The company's called Liquid Blue, for any people that are into it out there. It's just kind of like a vintage shirt, and I got it for like $20. Absolutely love it. It's like all teal but kind of watery tie-dye. If you try to get that thing on eBay right now, it's like $300.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. And I would never. I don't care how much money I have. I'm never buying a used shirt for $300. But again, going back to me being kind of a hipster and kind of like, hey, I had this before you. Not only do I like how the shirt looks and fits, but I love that I got it for $20 and every fucker out there has to spend $300 now.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love it, bro.
Oh, that was a 10.
I think you nailed that 10.
Yeah. Man, I
That's fun. I love that.
Those 10 questions, they're probably the deepest questions we've ever had.
Oh, yeah. Normally you guys go like chocolate or vanilla or something.
Yeah, well, see, I have no say in these questions. So I'm always a test run to see how they work on the show. But those are definitely the 10. Like just listening to them, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it's good. I
love it. Man, obviously, like we don't want to take too much of your time. We do know you are a very busy human being, and we appreciate your time very much today. Thank you for coming on. Before we jump off, man, where can people find you? Like we'll do the social media thing, just so we'll put it all in the show notes anyway, but give yourself a shout out.
3sb.co is the main website if you want to check out anything to do with the gym or apparel itself. I'm Silent Mike, most places you want to find me. And if you're ever in Northern California, the gym is 3rd Street Barbell. We're in 3rd Street in Sacramento, California. Come on by and say what's up.
Man,
I love it.
Awesome, man. Brilliant podcast. We can't thank you enough for your time today, bro. Hopefully when all this COVID shit fucks off, we can fly over, have those steaks, and play some Mario Kart.
Man, that'd be great. Yeah. We got a little podcast studio in the back of the gym. We could talk a little bit, chat it out. Love to have you guys anytime, man. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, man. Enjoy your day, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
Same, man. Bye.